You guys remember Wario Land? Incredible, incredible. But yeah, hello guys, and welcome to another stream. And today I will be playing Virtual Boy Wario Land. So yeah, this is my first time playing the game. I have played other Wario Land games, specifically 2 and 3. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. So yeah, I've been wanting to play this game for quite a while. Let's kind of adjust this a little bit. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, I actually got a Virtual Boy emulator working here. Don't tell Nintendo. But yeah, I've been wanting to play this game for quite a while because I heard it's one of the only Virtual Boy games that are worth playing. So yeah, I really like the other Wario Land games that I've played. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. Hey Super Starfy 2002. Great to see you here on the stream. And hey Jack Attack Gaming. Hello Reese, this might be my last YouTube video I watch, if I die from Virtual Boy migraine. Well, it's probably more likely to happen to me, because I'm actually playing the game. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I had a bit of problems trying to get the emulator to work, but it's working now. It was crashing for some reason whenever I tried to load this game in, but it's working fine now. Also, how does the audio sound? Really like the music in this area here. And I know there's different color settings on a lot of Virtual Boy emulators, but I decided to keep it with red, because that's kind of like you kind of get the authentic experience with red. I mean, I might change it eventually, but okay. Oh. I'm kind of still getting used to the controls of the game. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just have to get used to it. Yeah, I really like how it has the 3D thing here. That's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the 3DS Kirby games, Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, how they have that feature where you can kind of jump into the background. Okay. The audio is a little quiet. Okay, I'll turn it up. Let's see. Yeah, I'll turn up the game audio. I don't want it to be too loud, but I just want to make sure it's, like, loud enough to, hear and everything. But yeah, this game is pretty cool. Oh. Okay. Hopefully Jelly Boy can hack my account so he can experience this instead. Yeah. Well, hopefully Kablooey doesn't hack me. Can't believe Kablooey hacked you yesterday. Yeah. That was weird. I heard that the Virtual Boy was his favorite console. Okay. Forgot how the... I don't know if it's my button mapping, but I'm trying to do that one ground pound thing. I'll try it another time. Just for now, I'll just kind of beat this level. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been wanting to play this game for a while, so... Speaking of Kirby, I've been enjoying the deluxe version, or the remake. What is with Nintendo and deluxe? Yeah, it's just, it's kind of weird. Like, it's an actual remake, and, like, it's weird, because, like, other games with the deluxe moniker, like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, are, like, worse versions of the original game. Like, because New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe actually has less content than the original. And it's still called Deluxe. Then you have other... And then you have other games that are like full-on remakes, like Return to Dreamland Deluxe, so it's pretty interesting. Okay. I might need to make a video about this game at some point, it's pretty cool. I tried to get the Meech on the live stream, but, he might be busy right now. We'll just have to see. Okay, I think I know what, I need to change the input here. Yeah, I think I know why it wasn't working here. Let's see, I'm just gonna change the button mapping a little bit here. Okay. It should work. Yeah, I had some of the... I had the D-pad kind of inverted here. Wait, hold on, let me check it again. Yeah, it still has it mapped weirdly. There we go. Okay, it was just mapped weirdly. Hey Koopa Production 64.
But look guys, look. It's my greatest achievement, Wario Land 4 on the Game Boy Advance. You remember Wario Land on the Virtual Boy? Incredible, incredible.
Okay. But yeah, I guess this is like a mini game here. Okay. I'm kind of gambling my money away here. Okay, let's try this one here. Oh wait, I can't. Because I, gambled all my money away here. Let's go on to the next area here. Yeah, that's why the, ground pound thing wasn't working earlier. Okay. There we go, now it's working. It was weird how I had it mapped earlier. Okay. But yeah, this game is pretty fun. Don't you mean Magalore Land 4? Wait, let me read the chat. I'm gonna pause the game real quick. Weird how Wario Land 4 wasn't on the GBA Online thing. Well, on there immediately, that is. You mean Magalore Land 4? Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing, Magalore is looking a little different today. Though he does act a lot like Magalore. Pretty greedy. Okay. I did not mean to go through there, but let's see. Nintendo was worried that Wario's greatest achievement this early. Yeah, it's, you know, I heard that they just announced Metroid Fusion for the GBA thing, and I find it weird that they're doing the monthly. I know it's a very Nintendo-esque thing to only release one GBA game a month, but really? For a GBA game? I mean, GBA games are great, but like, one a month? I can at least partially understand the Nintendo 64 games, but, yeah, it's just kind of weird. I mean, as good as Metroid Fusion is, I don't think it really justifies the fact that they're only adding one per month. Actually, I'm just gonna go through here. Just so I can get those extra hearts. They should make a prequel to Mario Odyssey called Wario Odyssey, and instead of Cappy, it will be Nosy from the Nose Kingdom, and Wario throws his new nose. Since it will be a prequel, they should call it Super Wario Iliad. That would make sense, because that's like the prequel to the Odyssey. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting more used to the controls of this game. It's pretty fun. Wario Land games have always been pretty satisfying to control. Okay. Actually, let me take a look at the chat again. Let me kind of position it in a way where I can see it a little better. I still don't think the expansion is worth $50. Yeah, it's still pretty weird. I'm kind of debating on whether it's worth it or not, because, I mean, I feel like it's almost, like, I would say almost worth it at what it is right now. Once they add more GBA games, I'd say when they have, like, maybe 20 GBA games on there, I would say it might be worth it. But at its state currently, I would say it's still kind of debatable. I feel like it kind of depends on the person at this point. It's not like, it doesn't feel like an outright scam at this point. At least there's a bunch of, things that are included with it. Man, the red color is starting to mess with my eyes. It's already, like, starting to look pretty weird for me here. Okay. They easily could have bundled 2 or more GBA and Game Boy Color Game Boy games together. Yeah, that's true. I say that if GameCube games is added, then it would be worth $50 in your opinion. Yeah, GameCube games would definitely add to the value, but I'm not sure if that's likely due to the fact that they're doing the remasters now. If they include the remasters in as a free incentive with the expansion pack, that would be another story. That would actually, if they do like a bunch of remasters, like let's say they also remaster Thousand Year Door or re-release not Skyward Sword, but Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and then add those as like free incentives on the expansion pack, I feel like there's a possibility that they could they would do, like, an incentive thing like that. Okay, finally. I have 666 coins. Okay, let's do this one. Okay. Well, at least I actually gained some coins from that. Okay. 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 They definitely need to remaster the Starfy games. No shock from you. Yeah. What if they put PS1 games in Bubsy 3D is the only game? That would be pretty funny. They just have an extra tier for the expansion pack called the Bubsy 3D tier. That's like $100. You can re-experience one of the classics. Honestly, I would like Virtual Boy on Nintendo Switch Online for this game alone. I think it would be pretty fun to play this on Switch. Like, even with, like, Labo VR, I think that would be pretty cool. Oh, hey, Soshi!
Guys, do you remember Wario Land? Incredible, incredible.
I need to add that to the soundboard. Oh, and I don't have it on this time, because I'm in a different location right now, so it's a little hard. I like that sprite there. Okay. Oh, hey, Anton Retro. Oh. Good thing that's conveniently placed. You're welcome to join the stream if you want. If Virtual Boy gets added to the Switch, then there needs to be a filter to change the red and black to something else. Yeah. I think they would have red and black and then grayscale as the options. Because I know there's also a grayscale option on most Virtual Boy emulators. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have someone help me read the chat, because this game takes up the entire screen for me. Right now, it's kind of hard to have a chat open. But yeah, just have to change some of my settings in Discord. Hey,
Hello. How's it going?
good. But my eyes aren't doing good right now because I'm playing I'm playing a Virtual Boy game.
Yeah, I actually have played this game before on the real hardware for like minutes. And then I was like, yeah, I think I'll play this in a way more comfortable way. So yeah.
Yeah. But I'm playing it just on the stream here with red and black for the authentic experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such an odd color palette thing. I remember like on some emulators like you can change it to like grayscale, which I usually do
Yeah.
when I do that kind of stuff.
I'm probably
but if you
gonna-
want to have the authentic, you know.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to have the
Right.
authentic experience for the stream, so
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like I remember like when you play in the Virtual Boy, it's like you're looking at a screen that's kind of like far from you. It's kind of bizarre. It's like you're looking inside a box.
That's
It's really weird.
interesting.
It's not like you're like in like it doesn't feel like you're immersed. Like it just feels like you're just looking at a screen that has like a bit of depth to it. It's kind of strange, right?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I want to play this on my VR headset sometime, my Oculus, because this emulator
that'd
actually
be
has
cool.
VR support. So it
Yeah.
can be even more authentic, but not the actual thing.
I remember I was looking to see if there were any 3DS like modded
There-
or any 3DS emulators that
actually-
actually put into 3D, but I don't know, right?
I actually tried to use one on my 3DS, but it didn't work. It just crashed when I tried to load Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Yeah, the emulator is still a work in progress. Although I did test the N64 emulator recently, and it was really good. Like it was like amazing.
Oh,
They
that's
like really
interesting.
upgraded it.
Could you get Paper Mario to load? I know that's obviously something that I'm gonna say, but
I remember I think Mario Kart was like it was flawless. Like there were a few games I tried where it's like I noticed a massive frame boost, but it's kind of been a while since I've done that. But
yeah. Also,
yeah, it's
do you want to read the
cool.
chat a little bit so I can?
Sure, here. I'm looking okay. Let's see. Would we go from so she said I've been playing a lot of Tomodachi Life. I completely forgot there was a stage in Smash. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool that they actually have a reference to that in the
Yeah.
game. I hope there's a sequel one day. I was really expecting that for the direct, but someday. Let's see. They should. Jackatog Gaming says they should bring back the NES headset, and you say fire to shoot the zapper from Duck Hunt. Ah, yes, that would be a great idea. I think isn't the NES? Isn't that like the headset from like the Famicom, right, or something?
Yeah, wasn't there also like a 3D thing?
Yeah. I think it was for like Road Rally they did, right?
Yeah, I
or
watched the
something?
that one YouTuber made a video about it.
Yeah.
I think the AK Family Home made a video about that. That's how I found out about it.
Yeah. Pretty much one of the accessories I don't have. There's actually two. There's the Super Scope and the Power Pad. Those are two that I don't have. The Power Pad, like, it's just kind of used for like one or two games, and then the Super Scope just kind of is used for a few games as well. The Power Glove is cool though, but the thing is with the Power Glove, and it's the same thing with Robert and most NES accessories, they all use like sensors and stuff, and they're only specifically built for CRTs. So it's not amazing. So you can't really use that on like modern displays. So that's the only annoyance about those.
Also, I just realized earlier that the sound effect that plays before Demich's Fury and Demich's videos comes from this game. That sound that's like it's like dun, it kind of sounds like the Jaws theme a little bit. It's like dun, kind of like, but it plays in like a very like chiptune kind of sound. I found out it's actually from this game because it's because it played in like the intro demo thing when it was showing off one of the bosses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very Demich thing to do, like, to reference this game.
Yeah, especially the obscure stuff.
I asked Demich if he wanted to join, but I'm not sure if he's available at the moment. But, can you read the chat a little more? Because,
Yeah. Let's see. I should own a Power Glove one day just because it'd be really funny. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're just kind of a novelty thing. Like, to use them, it's kind of weird. Same with Rob. I find Rob, though, is so, like, mine doesn't work properly because it's like, there's some issues with it. Because it's just a terribly designed product. It's just not great, but the Power Glove as well is just kind of weird because you need to set up all these things. I like to try it, but again, the amount of games it works with, it's like there's only one like Super Glove Bowl that's like compatible, like to the best of its ability. I mean, there's other games that are compatible, but it's like, what's the point? Because they don't function properly. Let's see. So she says via emulator, but that's more than I got from playing WarioWare Twisted on there. I'm really excited when they add Kirby. The Game Boy Color, what's it called, Tilt and Tumble, right?
yeah.
When they add Tilt and Tumble to the NSO thing, it'd be really cool because it'll actually give people a way to play the game without spending like $100 because the game went up so much and I don't quite understand. Is it like,
Well, it
I
never
don't know.
got a re-release, so...
Yeah, but honestly, that game, the price for it went like, it skyrocketed in such a small amount of time. It was really bizarre. Like, that game, I remember seeing it $15 and now it's like $100. And or maybe it isn't $100 anymore. I'm not sure, but like, I remember the price for that game. I never understood. Like, I bought it and I was like, oh, I don't know if it was a good price. And then I look later and it's just like, why is it so expensive? Like, is this such a popular game? Like, it's like Paper Mario Color Splash. It's like, why? Why are people spending like so much for that? But yeah,
wait, did Color Splash go up in price?
Color Splash is really expensive.
Wow.
It's like almost like it's pretty much full price, like $80 most
wow.
stores. Yeah, the game is expensive.
I think I got it for like 30, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so expensive. Like, it's like everyone's just like, oh yeah, Color Splash, the best Paper Mario game, and then they're like, yeah. Like, it's so weird. Like, I don't quite understand. Because I've seen it at a lot of these like stores and stuff, and they have it. Let me check the price starting thing just to see like the general idea of what it. Maybe it went up even more. Paper Mario Color Splash on Wii U, complete price in US dollars is around $50. So it seems actually it's kind of like, yeah, that's pretty much how it's going for complete. It's around it's pretty much $50. So it's kind of expensive for that game,
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it really odd. Let's see Tilt and Tumble. I'm actually really interested. Because I remember when the game was like decently like affordable, and then oh yeah, look, the game is like US dollars $77, almost 80. That's crazy for that game. But I mean, hopefully now that the game will be accessible to everyone, and you don't have to have a Game Boy Color to play, it'll be really great, because the problem with that game is even if you have a Game Boy Advance SP, you need a Game Boy that like is configured for it, right?
That's like because it's based on like the cartridge and everything.
Yeah, so it ends up like reversing everything if on SP, right? I think WarioWare Twisted, has an option, right, for Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. I think. I'm pretty sure because that game came out like
In 2004.
yeah for yeah, so it
in
would have been like
2005 in
after
North
the
America.
Game Boy Advance. Yeah, so it would have been after the Game Boy Advance's piece, so they have the option, I think, for both systems. And that'll be really cool when we get that game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, and I said earlier, I think this was before you started watching this stream, but I said like since they announced Metroid Fusion, I mean,
Yeah,
that game, I heard it's great, but and I'm glad that they're adding it, but I think it's weird that they're only adding that game for March.
I really hope that for adding regular Game Boy games, it's not like the NES and SNES stuff where we get something every few like months. I hope not, because there's like such a large library of Game Boy games that they can pull from, especially since they put so much, NES and Super Nintendo stuff. And the Game Boy library they put is so small with like a lot of missing games. Like, where's tennis? Like, I don't know. Like, is that like, shouldn't tennis, like all the launch Game Boy games should have been there day one, like baseball, like Alleyway and stuff. Like all the generic games, like those should have been there day one.
Yeah, now they're gonna add them when they have like nothing else to add. They're just gonna like.
I mean, like, I'd like to see Alleyway. That'd be a cool one. A lot of the more obscure ones for people to check out. But I really hope that the selection, like, I want them to add kicks. That's a really cool one. I like them to add.
Yeah, also X as well.
Yeah, although is that even in English?
I think there is a canceled one that was in development. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want them to add, like, I guess it's kind of weird because some of the games are, like, pretty popular and they're, like, Square Enix, so they have been released on, like, obviously the Final Fantasy Adventure and those Saga games have been released on Switch, and the Mega Man games, I don't think so. But baseball, entirely possible, Alleyway, tennis, I doubt we're gonna get anything else from Tetris since they don't seem like they're very interested in putting anything else.
Yeah.
We could get Tetris Plus though, maybe the Tetris DX, the color one. That's probably likely. Oh, Wario Blast! I'd like to see that one. You know that one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like the Bomberman Wario crossover.
Yeah, it's actually technically I think the first Bomberman game. It's technically Bomberman GB1. But what they did was, I guess because they didn't think it would sell very well, they decided to do a crossover.
The Demetrius Fury thing.
Yeah. So I'd really like to see Wario Blast, because like that's the first Bomberman game. Because did you know that Bomberman GB is technically Bomberman GB2? And then Bomberman GB.
Yeah, I heard about that.
2, there's like, it's kind of weird what they did. The releases are all oh yeah, no. Atomic Punk is technically Bomberman GB1, I think. It's so messy. Like, let's see. Atomic Punk GB, it is released Yeah, it was the first game in the Bomberman series to be released on the Game Boy. But you know what they did? They were like, okay, guys, we're not going to go with Bomberman. We're going to go with Atomic Punk in America. We're going to go with Bomber Boy in Japan. And we're going to go as Dyna Blaster in Europe. And it's so bizarre. It's like they couldn't have kept it something just Bomberman or something, or... I don't know, but it's the Bomberman series is completely strange on the Game Boy, so I'd like to see at least one of those games. I think it'd be cool. I also think that we should have like Mole Mania as well.
Yeah, that's another good one. I have a feeling they'll probably release more Game Boy games than GBA games, since it's because I feel like there's more to pull from.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog wants to see me.
Let's see. If Kirby Dream Land 2 was added to NSO, would it use the Super Game Boy colors? Unfortunately, it would not, because the Super Game Boy stuff is particularly to that add-on only. And I guess it's just like the Super Game Boy has specific things that the Game Boy Color just cannot do, even when it's like in the color mode. So unfortunately, there isn't really much that is possible with the Game Boy Color. It'd be cool if they added a Super Game Boy option.
Yeah, they really should have added that.
That would have been really cool, because then we could have way more customization. And we'd be able to add like color palettes and stuff to the systems. But you know what? Nintendo's obviously not really interested in kind of making it really in depth. So unfortunately, we'll just kind of have to stick with what we have, right? And it's annoying, you know, but
Yeah. Do you want to read the chat again, since
yeah, I'm reading it here. See, 50 years from now, Nintendo Switch being added to NSO Pro expansion. Nintendo Switch
just imagine
being
Nintendo
added to NSO Pro expansion pack. Oh yes, the Nintendo Switch Pro, introducing Nintendo Switch Pro. Wait, no, Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack Pro. Or Pro expansion pack. Oh, that would roll off the tongue very well. Plus. You know how like the Pokemon Plus thing, you know that, like the accessory they're making for Pokemon Sleep or whatever.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon.
It's like Pokemon Plus. It's like, wow,
it's so weird.
Amazing. I can't wait for Pokemon Plus. Like, wow, Pokemon Go Plus. It's like you could have called it Pokemon Go Plus 2.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Or...
It's like, it's almost as bad as like the Pokemon Masters EX. Like when you read, like when you look at
it's
it,
like, it's like oh no,
Pokemon Master Sex. It's so weird.
Yeah, that they have some very odd naming conventions, like new Pokemon Snap, or they could have just called it like the new Pokemon Go Plus.
New Pokemon Snap isn't as bad, because we're already used to the weird
and because the game is also really good, so we kind of accept it. Oh yeah, by the way, what did you think of that presentation? Because I thought it was completely boring, and
I didn't even watch
it,
but I looked back at the announcements, and it was just so like that.
Me,
honestly, the only
strange.
Interesting thing there was ironically Pokemon Sleep. That was like the most interesting thing there.
Like, I didn't watch it live. I kind of like woke up and then I saw that it was out, and I was like, oh, what they announced, right? So I was kind of skipping through it, and it was like, okay, mobile. And then I was like, oh. And then it got to the DLC part, and I'm just like, there's nothing really major for this year. Why didn't they just make Pokemon Legends release in the winter? And then why didn't they just delay everything a year? If Pokemon Legends Arceus would have released in like the same time that Scarlet and Violet released, and then they pushed Scarlet and Violet back a year to 2023 holiday, that would have been a better idea, I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because then they would have been able to get a bit more time development. And, if the next console or something else happens, at least they'd be closer to that, or at least, maybe fall into it. And have you heard about that leak with the Switch Pro thing? Or not Switch Pro, the next Switch console?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I feel like...
The 500th, yay. It's like, it's kind of weird they did predict everything and they didn't say anything about Pokemon, like anything else, because you know what, I was expecting something else. And like, if I would have made a prediction list for a Pokemon Presents, I would have put Pokemon Stadium announcement for like the new games or something. I would have done maybe Pokemon Game Boy games, like the Red and Blue being added to Switch Online. That I would have done. Like that to me, would have been a safe bet. But like, I don't think we're gonna get those anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel like one of the problems with Pokemon lately is not like kind of aside from the whole Scarlet and Violet thing and the fact that they don't put a lot of effort into their games and everything, I feel like it's also due to the fact that I am not good at trying to beat this boss here. It's kind of annoying. It
Yeah.
might be easier with the 3D, but it kind of seems that way. But I'm still kind of getting used to the controls here. But,
The 3D doesn't add much, don't worry. I mean, like, it kind of does, but it, like, I don't know. I haven't played it in a while, so but I just remember being like, oh, it's like a novelty. It's kind of weird. Like, it's like the 3DS. Like, at first you think, oh my gosh, the 3DS and the 3DS is the best thing ever. And then you play it and you're just like, still right, I suppose. Although, like, the 3DS 3D can be helpful for certain games, like Mario 3D Land, so it depends on what game you're playing, I suppose. But, see, let's see. Yeah, I think just Pokemon's making too many mobile games, I think. Or, like, too
Yeah.
much. They're really, I think that, like, obviously the reason why is because of Pokemon Go. I feel like that game has created our biggest problems. Like, you know, like, I remember really, I enjoyed that game when it came out, right? And I actually went back to it to try and play it recently, right? But I'm very disappointed for what they've done with the game. They make it so difficult to actually play. Because, you know, what they've done is they've basically made Pokemon Go just like, they want you to buy the, like, they want you to buy the upgraded storage because they purposely try to give you all of these different types of Pokemon and variations to try and get you to buy more storage. Like, it's
Yeah.
really annoying because, so what would happen, for example, they would give you these really interesting, like, these special Pokemon, right? Not like necessarily shiny, but like different costumes in the game, right? And then it's like, oh, they just say, oh, these are kind of rare. You shouldn't get rid of these. You know what I mean? Like, kind of just trying to tell you,
Yeah.
oh, it's not a good idea. Because they're kind of like, you know, especially they're like limited edition and stuff. But so then, okay, those take up a slot. But then it's like you have shiny Pokemon as well, which I found a few in the game. And it's like, okay, that's really cool, right? And then the next problem I have is that with Pokemon Go, they've made it so that way it's like, you know, to upgrade storage, it will cost you a little bit of money to do so. So that way you can get your more Pokemon and more items. Because they
Yeah.
like purposely try to do things to try and make it harder for you. And because that's the thing, there's only 300 slots for Pokemon in the game.
So yeah, about Wario Land, I finally was able to beat that boss. I think it just took me a few
Yeah.
tries here.
The coins are really interesting. They're like pre-rendered almost.
Yeah,
But the
it's
water is
weird.
impressive.
Yeah, I
the
think
water
the-
has like that cool effect to it.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy is weird. Like
It has like a 16:9 resolution, right? Like it's really
Yeah.
interesting. It's like widescreen. Right? I'm not sure if it's exactly like perfectly widescreen, but it is pretty close, I think.
yeah.
Also, what do you think about the Mario Kart DLC?
Oh yeah, I think the new wave looks great.
Yeah, DK Summit, let's
Yeah,
go.
DK Summit is my favorite track in Wii. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I think the one I'm a little bit confused is Mario Circuit DS.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
sure.
weird. I mean, of
like,
course they're gonna have to. Of course they're gonna put in like the ones like that. Like I feel like that's. All
I mean, at least that's an okay track though.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I guess as the thing is like that takes up a slot, and there could have been a way better choice for that edition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, I guess. I mean, it gives us something kind of different, and it hasn't really been remade, right? I don't think so. So I don't mind it personally.
Yeah, I
and
was
sometimes,
hoping-
to be honest, I like some people. They really don't like those generic cars. Such systems, I do like them just because they add a little bit of variation to the
Yeah.
you know, just having a little bit more of like a course that's like, okay, here's just this random course, fine. Like I don't really care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the variation of the different ones, but yeah, it is a bit strange. Like on one hand, I like the different types that they've got, but on the other hand, I'm just like,
But
yeah,
honestly,
I don't
really would
know,
have. I
but-
wish they would have put like Airship Fortress or
yeah, like another DS choice,
Yeah.
especially since we're running out of of a lot of them.
Or Delfino Square. Delfino Square is one of my favorites in DS.
Yeah, that would've been a great one too.
That one's really nostalgic, but I mean, I guess it is kind of nostalgic with the since we got a new rendition of the Mario Circuit and Figure 8 Circuit music, which we haven't gotten in quite a while. So
yeah, agreed.
That's cool, but like, I wish we would have gotten like something like Airship Fortress or Delfino Square.
Yeah, I find it a bit odd. It would have been better, I think, if they just would have had a little bit more of something a little bit more impactful in the wave. I mean, the wave is still really good.
Yeah.
But I just find it a little odd. I think there could have been a better choice, right?
Yeah, the one thing that I'm glad that we're getting is Waluigi Stadium. I'm glad we're finally getting a GameCube track.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really exciting.
As much as I want Wario Coliseum, I'll take Waluigi Stadium. I also really like that one too. Though I'm worried that
Is that one in Mario Kart? I was saying, is that one in Mario Kart Tour?
That, I don't think it is in Tour. But the one thing that I'm kind of worried about is if they'll add
the faces for like the billboards.
Well,
in Waluigi Stadium, you know those faces.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I'm worried about in terms of GameCube representation, if they put Mushroom Bridge instead of Mushroom City.
Oh.
Because that seems like a very like Mushroom Bridge seems like a very safe choice for them to add in the Booster Course Pass in terms of like a GameCube track and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty decent track too, but like, yeah, it would be cool for them to have like the city one. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see.
I wasn't
for those
paying
other
attention
ones,
and I
but...
immediately got killed because I was like looking at the chat for a second.
The Wrath of a Wario Land. Did you know this game was actually supposed to be called the Wario Cruise?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, because I was actually really confused. Like, on the box of the Virtual Boy, right? I looked at the back, and then I was like, what is this thing, Wario Cruise? I had no idea what it was. And then I realized it was Wario Land. I just went by a different name, which I'm really confused why they ended up with having a different name for the game, or like why maybe... I don't know, because didn't this game come up after the Game Boy game? I'm pretty sure. Because the Game Boy one's 94, and this is 95, or is it 93? Let me see. Wario Land release date. It is 1994, January. And then let's see, Wario Land Virtual Boy released in 1995.
So anyways, Reese, I realized I spelled
Lagalore
as Lagalore with an A. I realized that earlier, but when that happened, but that's okay. It's still funny. You should have did you see my Magalore epilogue stream that I did with my friend?
I was there, yes.
That was crazy.
Some stuff was going on.
Yeah, we basically headcanoned Magalore as basically being Wario.
I see. The alternate universe Wario.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, if you play Kirby Clash, you would know.
Yeah.
The clerk. Yeah, I've just been working on the game stuff, and development's actually going really well.
That's good.
I'm excited to show you some cool stuff. Like I've been doing the tutorial for the game, and I found a really clever way of doing it. I've implemented some cool UI elements to everything, and I've also lowered the resolution too. So
Virtual
really
Boy,
cool
Virtual Boy Magalore Land.
Yeah. Yeah, how are the mini games?
Remember Magalore Land? Incredible, incredible.
Yeah, I saw that video actually. Like when you guys brought it up, I was like, yo, I've got to see that video again. The legendary masterpiece.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see Metroid though coming soon, so
Yeah.
that'll be exciting. People
Yeah,
can
I wish
actually
they
play
would've-
that game.
Yeah, I wish they would have added more games to GBA along with that, but I guess it's fine for now.
Yeah, I mean it's better than people paying like close to $100 for the game, so
Yeah.
that is at least a really good thing about them re-releasing it. Alright, took them long enough.
Man, it's so easy to get hit in this game. I don't know if it's just a skill issue on my part, but it just...
It is pretty cool how detailed the levels are, though. For the,
I mean, I guess
the Virtual Boy is pretty good at doing
makes sense
stuff.
for this
But
game to be a little harder because I mean they don't want people playing this game for too long because it's a Virtual Boy game. Like I mean, it kinda
yeah,
makes
like
sense to only
some
play it for a
games
few
will just
minutes at
tell
a
you
time.
like, oh, your time limit is like you should take a break, like those Wii things. Like those Wii like sports when they're like, you should
Yeah.
take a break. You've been playing this game for way too long. Or else you are not going to make it, so that they're basically trying to encourage. So very, very nice.
Okay, I have to do something for a second. I'll be back in a minute. You can read chat.
Sure.
Okay.
Look, guys, look. It's a Wario Land VR on the VR. Very nice. Let's see. Virtual Boy is one console you probably need to put in eye drops after you're done playing it. Yeah, I haven't played so long, so I can't really vouch for that. But let's just say I didn't really want to play it for as long because it's just kind of, I don't know, like even just like the cloth and like the stuff around it is kind of strange. Like I don't know, it's not the most comfortable either. Like the stand and stuff is just like why? So uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm back.
I wonder why it's sold terribly.
So yeah, I'm back. And,
Yeah.
So far I'm actually really enjoying this game, except for the part that it's like all red and black.
Yeah, they could have. I think with some color, it could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
That's just a really. That's just a slight thing I'm putting out there. Controversial opinion. Yeah, maybe with some color, it could have looked better. Like I wonder why the console that it came out for didn't really do very well. So yeah, it's a shame.
Imagine if we actually got Virtual Boy for Nintendo Switch Online.
There'd be like 3 games when it comes out. If they can barely put any games for actually popular consoles,
Yeah.
with this they're gonna be like, guys, the first game you're going to get,
It is
and it's gonna be
Waterworld.
3D Tetris, and that's it.
No, it's gonna be
Yeah.
Waterworld.
Yeah, it's gonna be that's it, guys. And then it's like, tune in 2 months from now, where you're gonna get the next game, V Tetris. And it's gonna be like, oh.
They're never, and they just wait a year to put Virtual Boy Wario Land on there.
Yeah. Very exciting. And then they're gonna put golf. And then randomly it's gonna be like, hey guys, next we've got Nestor's Funky Bowling.
Mario's Tennis.
Yeah, that's all the games. Then they're gonna be like,
And they're not
Glad
gonna
you
put
enjoyed
Virtual
all the
Boy
selection.
Wario Land.
no, that would be too valuable.
Or they put the Virtual Boy service on the base Nintendo Switch Online and only make Wario Land available for the expansion pack.
I think they could do that with Pokemon, to be honest. If you have the expansion pack, you can play the Pokemon
Yeah.
games, but if you don't, you can't. Like, I could see them actually
Yeah.
genuinely doing that.
But imagine the backlash to that, though. That would be funny.
Oh, yeah, people wouldn't be very pleased with that situation. Yeah.
But
I mean, Nintendo would probably make some money, though.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest.
Though, let's be honest, at this point, Pokemon definitely isn't synonymous with good business decisions at this point.
Yeah.
Like with the mobile games and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and... yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of issues right now.
Yeah, they haven't been doing... I mean, like, they've been doing very well financially, but in terms of... you know, everything else, yeah, it's far from healthy what they're doing, but... so, it's a little unfortunate that they're not exactly doing the best business decision. I mean, they're doing the best business decisions, but they're not doing the best, like, fan decisions, you know? You're a big
Yeah.
fan, you know, and you want the best experience possible. Unfortunately, they're not kind of doing it, but... yeah, I mean, at least they are taking a break this year. Like, at least we're not getting, like, black and white remakes.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause-
to be fair, in 2020 we did get the Sword and Shield DLC, and then a year later we got the the
I mean, like-
amazing Diamond and Pearl remakes.
I mean, there is kind of scarily a pattern I've noticed. Because if you notice, after the DLC, like, the DLC kind of was in its own year. Like, it didn't have anything else to compete
Yeah.
with, right? And I find that strange, right? Because if it's DLC, why wouldn't something else release with it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like let's just say that, considering their pattern, not that it's a good for them to even do that, but like, why release Pokemon Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and the what's it called, the other thing, and Scarlet and Violet all in like the span of like, you know, 12 months, right? Why do that and not just actually, you know, put like the DLC with the remakes or something, and then kind of move on and do like Arceus, like spread them out, or at least kind of make sure that they make sense. I don't know. Let's see.
Those enemies here kind of look like that one object you can put in Game Builder Garage. You know those like flop things in Game Builder Garage?
Mhm.
It kind of reminds me of that for some reason.
Yeah. Let's see. Jack Talk says, imagine they want Virtual Boy Golf for a full release for NSO, but they had to delay it for Christmas. It wasn't completed. Yeah, just like some other golf game that we all kindly remember for its, you know, amazing experience. You know, I can't wait for Dimitri to get a kick out of that one. It'll be like, like, imagine they actually did it. Like, hey guys, Golf on the Virtual Boy is delayed because you can't get it to work on the emulator. Oops.
When Virtual Boy Golf releases this fall,
Yeah,
then they delay it
it'll
to
be
the winter.
yeah. Yeah, that was also a weird situation with that game. I really don't know why they even like decided that the game was even finished. I mean, like good enough to ship. Do you even
Yeah.
remember that like 1-2 Switch thing that was rumored a while ago, right? Like,
Yeah,
whatever
that was
happened to
weird.
that?
Yeah. I wonder if that
It
was
probably just
I wonder if that
died.
was fake. That one rumor that happened.
I don't know. It feels like a very Nintendo thing to make a sequel to that game and try something
Yeah.
kind of weird with it. So I don't know. I would say it probably did exist. Maybe we'll see it eventually. Actually, who even really knows? But
Yeah, they'll have it as the launch title for the Switch 2.
yeah. So the best launch title, Zelda? No. We're not gonna. That's not gonna be our launch title. We're gonna have 1-2 everyone 1-2 Switch or whatever it was called. I'm very excited for that one. Yeah, that's Like the Switch Pro rumors and everything. We get so many of those.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just continuing now with the Switch 2 rumors.
Yeah. So many. Like that Pokemon thing. Like, oh, like I mean, that rumor actually does kind of seem a little bit more credible than the other ones. At least it isn't just some random guy being, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
trust me, it's gonna happen." Like
Jeff
at least it's a
Grubb.
little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember the Game Boy games were supposed to launch
But I
in
mean,
the
he's
N64
credible
ones
now.
did.
He's credible now because he was right with the Metroid Prime thing. We have to he's a credible leaker now, so we can't really judge him anymore. So his Metroid Prime Remastered actually happened.
Yeah, it took a few tries, you know.
Yeah.
It took a few tries. I mean, that was rumored for such a long time. Anyone could have been, "Hey guys, yeah, it's coming,
Yeah.
you know." Like honestly, that's such a stupid thing. You know, it's like, come on. Anyone would have told you that it was. Yeah. That was I mean, at least we're past that. I'm excited for the next game though. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, guys, the next game is gonna be released." I mean, it probably is. And you know, I'm thinking what they're planning, right? Is they're gonna do like a full Metroid Prime, like they're gonna release all the games slowly, right?
Yeah. Watch Metroid Prime 4 be $70. I guarantee that it's gonna be $70 because of.
You know what? I think you're right. Like, because the game's development has not only taken such a long time, but they've hired so many people. Like, the game is like a kind of it is a big deal to Retro and Nintendo, and I think, you know what? It probably will be $70.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see though how Breath of the Wild is actually able to be kind of like on its own. You know what I mean?
You mean Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
You called it
I
Breath
keep
of the
calling
Wild.
Yeah, I keep calling it that. Like, Nintendo has kind of, I guess, planted that into my brain now. It's just called Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild 2.
The other game, yeah. It's not my fault they haven't given us any more information of it. Such a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we do get some good information on that game soon. My game's tutorial prompts are almost done. I've just got to figure out what is what.
This game is pretty fun. Like, did you hear that rumor a while ago that they were making a Virtual Boy, Wario Land remake on the 3DS?
Yeah, that was like one of those rumors that was the same as it was the same as the Link's Awakening one. It was kind of the similar idea, I remember.
Yeah. I have a feeling that Link's Awakening actually did start on the 3DS. That kind of makes sense.
It most likely probably did, yeah. It would make sense since that game is like so well, it's so well done, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did start on there. Well, it's an amazing remake though. Like, they did such a good job with that game. It's a fun remake.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite remakes. I would say that Return to Dreamland Deluxe might might be my favorite remake now, due to like the fact that it's like it added a lot of content and everything. Actually, I have a lot of contenders of a game that would be considered my favorite remake, but
I'd say like Xenoblade is very
yeah,
good. Like
Xenoblade, yeah.
Yeah, Definitive Edition's so great. Skyward Sword is probably one of the worst ones.
Yeah, that's not even a remake. I wouldn't even say that's a remaster. That's just like
it's just
a port.
like an enhanced port. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I would See, let's think of what other remakes we got there. Link's Awakening is one of the most important ones. What else? Got Link's Awakening. We've got Metroid Prime Remastered. Nothing from
Metroid Prime
any Mario remakes.
Super
No, I don't think
Mario
we have any.
64 DS. Well, counting
Mario
every
Party
remake.
Superstars.
Oh, well, that's...
Mario Party Superstars. Well, I mean, I know it's kind of a it is kind of a half.
There's also
thing, I
the
guess,
Super Mario
right?
Advance. The Super Mario Advance games, I would say, are pretty good remakes of. I would even say they're better than All Stars. Like both All Stars and Advance are. I would say they're fairly good remakes.
Yeah.
And then we got not really a remake, but we got 3D All Stars, which was pretty controversial. I feel like controversial is an understatement when describing that game.
I feel like that game's kind of one of them that I actually really did enjoy playing,
I did enjoy 3D All Stars. I'm not gonna lie about that, but
honestly, that was like one of the ways I really enjoyed Sunshine, because it had that I know that it wasn't maybe perfect, but it did kind of have a good way of doing like the widescreen thing for Sunshine.
It
so
looked pretty good.
Yeah,
and
I mean, obviously it might not be perfect, but I'd say I mean, I feel like the only biggest problem about that game was that it was limited.
Yeah.
That to me is the biggest issue with it. If it was not limited, that would have been so great, but like digitally especially, I think that's like the one thing I just don't understand. Like why remove it off digital storefronts? Like that's kind of strange, but yeah, I don't know. Let's think, like what other remakes do we have on the Switch?
Yeah, when I said the Super Mario Advance games and 64 DS, I didn't know you meant the Switch specifically.
Yeah. I was kind of talking about this specifically, but I guess remakes in general.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking remakes in general because there aren't many in terms of Mario on the Switch. Mario Party Superstars, I wouldn't really consider that a remake because it does still feel new in some aspects, even though it does kind of remake the older boards
games,
and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess those would be probably our best ones. Because you got a lot of ports, right?
Yeah. I know I already mentioned this, but Return the Dreamland Deluxe, I would say, is definitely up there as one of the best remakes on Switch, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I want to get it. I haven't got it yet.
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend it.
I really like that game. It has such an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so orchestral. It's pretty cool. Especially like the Sky Tower theme.
Yeah.
Like that is really great.
Yeah, and a lot of the music was actually originally planned to be in the
GameCube
the
one.
GameCube one, yeah.
The arena song that is from that GameCube trailer, right?
Yeah.
So
and also the underground theme was in like a section of like some of the footage that we've gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I'm really excited to get it. Next time I'm a GameStop or something, I'll definitely pick it up because I'm getting the Metroid. I'm getting Metroid soon, so
yeah, I was
hopefully
able to.
I should be getting it in the mail soon, or from Amazon. They'll just drop it off.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
able
'cause
to
you
pick
just
that
got
up.
it.
Yeah, when it released and everything.
It's just gone. It's gone everywhere. It's like
Yeah.
vanished off like the face of the earth. Like
Actually,
I checked
I heard it
and
was
like
being restocked in some places.
yeah, it's. I mean, especially like for Amazon Canada, like it's just gone. Like I managed to order it just like the perfect time because it was sold out so quickly.
You know
Like
what's
it sold out within like a day.
You know what's weird? They randomly restocked the Mario and Peach amiibos, like the Super Mario series ones. I feel
Maybe
like
for
that
the
was,
movie, right?
yeah, that's possible. They are doing a lot of Mario stuff lately, so that is possible. But
They're
it
doing
was
like
kind
that
of
weird like
that they randomly
they
did
have like a
that.
Switch bundle as well.
Yeah, that Switch bundle is weird. Like it comes with Mario movie stickers, which, like, why not include like something like actually pretty interesting? Like even like a Mario movie themed Switch case would have been
Or a
better than just
keychain.
stickers.
I mean, that is better.
Yeah, a keychain would have been a little better, but I feel like something for the Switch would have made sense, like a skin for the Switch or a.
Yeah, like like those skin things. I actually have
Yeah.
one of those. It's like I never opened because I like it's for Mario Odyssey. Because when I got the Switch, it got that with it. So yeah, that is a bit odd. I don't know why they're doing that, but I mean, I guess it's free stickers. Like they're not exactly.
Yeah, I just feel like that's kind of weird to include in a Switch bundle. Nintendo usually doesn't do stuff like... I mean, they do weird things like that, but, like... It was kind of weird how they, did that. And also, it's just, like... I do think that the thing where you can choose a game is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
think that's actually a good
yeah.
idea. But like, why not just say, oh, you can choose any game?
Yeah, or, like, any Mario game on Switch. Like, they choose, like, 2 Wii U ports, which are, like, almost 10 years... One is over 10 years old at this point. Like... Who cares about New Super Mario Bros. U in 2023? Like,
why not like Mario Maker or something? Like,
yeah, they should have done Odyssey, Mario Maker, and Paper Mario. So I know that obviously that's something that I'm gonna say, but like at least put like game. Well, actually, Mario Kart is fine, but like they should have. If they're gonna put Mario Kart on there, they should include the Booster Course Pass.
yeah, Mario U is pretty popular. Like that game even got a bundle for it. Like they know that game is it sells very well. So yeah, it's they know how popular it is.
Yeah.
And I guess, for the Mario movie, whatever they can do to them is good, right? So as long as you can market the games and the consoles, like, think about it. Like, this game, kids will go watch and then want to get a Switch after.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna help Nintendo significantly, because
even adults.
I remember that's
too.
what happened with the
like not just kids, like everyone is probably.
Yeah,
gonna,
I guess to me, I'm looking at it like, you remember the Lego movie, right?
Yeah.
After I saw that movie, I'm like, can I buy some Lego?
Yeah.
So he went to Walmart to buy Lego. Like, that's how I see this movie playing it, the same way of like the same exact thing happening. Because to me, it just makes sense for them to do that. So.
Oh, you can actually swim up the waterfall? That's cool.
Oh, that's cool, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, this game is pretty fun.
It's definitely an underrated game.
Yeah. I really wish this gets re-released at some point.
Especially, like, the other Wario Lands, like Wario Land 3. Actually, like, to be honest, Wario Land 3, I like it, but I like Wario Land 2 a lot more. It's better, in my opinion. Some people are like, oh my gosh, is the other games better? I'm just like, I don't know. Like, have you played Wario Land 2 or 3?
I've played 3, but I haven't played 2. I really like 3.
Wario Land 2 is my personal favorite, and I think it's the better game. And the reason is because it has, like, the game itself, it tells a story. to the different levels, right? Which Wario Land 3 doesn't kind of do as much. Like, it's a bit more puzzly based too, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's why people tend to like 3 more because of its structure. But
yeah, to me, like,
personally,
I like the story element more. If,
I would say Wario Land 4 is my favorite because I really
I mean,
like.
that game is great. Like,
Yeah.
that game is a bit closer to Wario Land 2. A bit more platformer based.
Yeah.
Because what I really like about Wario Land 2, right, is that as you go through the game, it kind of tells the story of what happens. So, like, Wario wakes up, his house is flooded, and he goes through all, like, the different platforming and the puzzle solving through there. And then you know, like, they got, like, the faucet, and you close the faucet, and then there's, like, you know, the water stops. And then it kind of tells the story of him, like, going to, like, I think his chicken
Wait,
runs away or something.
Hold on for a second. I just paused the game and looked around. I think this game may be colorblind. I was looking at this game for over like an hour, well, almost an hour now, and it's.
I guess the thing, because it's like your eyes are only absorbing that color, right?
Yeah, it's just like now everything looks like weirdly green for some reason around me. It's so weird.
Yeah,
it's like,
maybe take a break.
Yeah, I feel like
you know what, like. Yeah, because I remember one thing. So it happened to me not so long ago. It was kind of weird. Like, so what happened was I went on this website, right? And I guess, like, if you hovered over pictures, right, they become, like, they go from grayscale to color, right? So what happened was if you hover over them, they become color, right? But then what happens, at first everything was grayscale, right? But then I would hover with the color, and I guess my mind would figure out this is how it's supposed to look like. So it would attach the colors to it. You know what I mean? So, like, if I hover over them, like, they're colored, right? But if I don't hover over them, they're back to grayscale. But what happens is your mind will figure out what those colors are, so you'll see in color even though they're not in color. It's kind of weird. Like,
yeah.
It's a really strange optical, like, illusion, because they're you know, they're in grayscale when you're not hovered over them, but because your mind saw what colors they are, it's like, oh, okay, it kind of understands like what colors are what, right?
Yeah.
It's really weird, but I guess what the thing is, what you're doing is that you're looking at the red, and because you're doing that, it's just kind of absorbing that color only.
Yeah.
So when you look at something else, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, everything like looks so much like in my vision. It looks so much less saturated. Like
your mind will kind of like fill in the gaps too, of like how certain things will look like, you know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm looking at my neon red or yeah, I think neon pink and green Joy-Cons. And now it just looks like they don't look neon anymore when I look at them.
Oh, see, that's kind of... Yeah, maybe you should, like, play a different game. It'll be like, oh, let's play something else, you know, like...
Look at something else to see if it looks kind of weird. Okay, the color of the wall in my room is supposed to be blue, but now it looks more washed out in almost teal.
It's like I remember, especially if you go outside, a similar thing can happen.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, maybe I should stop playing this game soon.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's really fun. It's so weird. It's just like I want to keep playing, but I know it's like I know I'm it's just really weird on my eyes and everything. Okay.
Yeah, but you're enjoying the game too much.
I got Wario'd.
In my game, I should include like a Virtual Boy option. Everything just goes in like in Virtual Boy colors. Fun for the whole family.
You know what? I'm just gonna change the colors to grayscale now, just so I can.
I wonder if you'll still see like red after you do that, because your mind will just kind of be used to how things are supposed to look like.
Let me change it.
I wonder if that's what.
Grayscale. Oh wow, this feels so much different. It feels like it feels so much better on my eyes too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
does
this
it
is
have
a
like
lot better.
anti-aliasing or something too?
I'm not sure.
Or is it just actually I'm not hmm. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know.
I really like the
Yeah.
music in this game.
Yeah, like the Virtual Boy music is really good. It's pretty unique too because it has such a
Yeah.
specific sound. Like, have you ever listened to the Teller Boxer like staff roll, the credit song? It's a really good song.
Yeah, it's just like no one ever brings up like Virtual Boy music because I feel like most people assume like it's like most things like the Virtual Boy not very good.
Yeah, the
But it's
music's like the thing is though, like hardware doesn't determine good or bad music, you know?
yeah.
That doesn't quite. But I guess that's the thing. People just. I mean, the Virtual Boy as it is, not many people even know what it is.
And
To
the
be honest, like
quality of the game doesn't determine how good its music is either, because Paper
Yeah.
Mario Sticker Star has a great soundtrack.
Yeah, like that's the thing. The Virtual Boy is so obscure. Like people, people come over to my house and they'll be like, "Oh, what is this thing? Like, what is this red Virtual Boy goggle thing?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's the Nintendo Virtual Boy." They're like, "What is?" Like, they have no idea what it is, right? It's like the Panasonic 3DO. They also have no idea what that is. Usually, except for my teacher, he oddly knew what that was.
Oh, do you have one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't really played much of the games on it because I don't know. Like, maybe I should. I do have like a few. I have a Gex for it, and a bunch of other stuff. Like,
Have you ever tried watching any DVDs on it?
I haven't actually. Like, yeah, I guess you can do that, right?
Yeah. You should make a video about that, because that's pretty interesting.
I did make a video a long time ago, in I think 2018, because I found it at a garage sale.
Hmm.
It was actually I found it like in a garage sale, like down the street from me.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I found it down the street, and then like, it was really weird. Like I saw a box, and then I was like, at first I thought it was the Philips CDI, because I didn't know what the difference was between the Panasonic 3DO and the CDI. I mean, they kind of sound similar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with like 3 letters, or I didn't know it's just the one that has the Mario thing on it, and I was like, I didn't know what it quite was, but I was like, it's something that's a video game system, and then the guy was like, oh. I've had this. I bought it when it was new. I guess he didn't think much of it, which was kind of weird because he only wanted $25 for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which would have been like
Yeah.
$20 US dollar. Yeah, $20 US. So I was like, I have no idea what this is. I was very like, I had no clue, but it came with a bunch of games, including like Street Fighter and stuff. And a lot of games in boxed as well.
Yeah, I was able to get like some GameCube games like for a good price, or my friend actually gave me one of his GameCube games, Pokemon Coliseum. And
Wow, that game's expensive now.
yeah.
Wow.
But he gave it to me for my birthday a couple of years ago, but it's a really good game, and I'm glad I was able to get it. Because now it's
that
like,
one
really
and the
expensive.
XD. There's both of those.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably one of the most expensive games that I own now. There's probably another game that I have that's might be worth more, but it definitely is up there. But I actually, so far in my collection, I have, I think, 13 GameCube games, I think. And I'm planning on getting some more soon. And I'm also planning on getting the Game Boy Player sometime soon. And I don't want to get the disc for it, because that's kind of expensive. I think I want to get the...
Like, if you can, try to buy them both together, because buying them separately is just kind of a thing that's not a good idea.
Yeah, what I want to do is actually do there's like a way where you can get like a memory card, and then boot it up through Swiss, I think, and you don't need the disc. You could like use any.
Okay,
you could,
yeah.
well, not any, but like a certain amount of GameCube discs are compatible. I think I might do that because I heard that's a good solution, and I heard it actually runs the Game Boy
Runs it
games a lot
better?
better. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
'cause
might do that.
It's like I bought mine with it, with like I bought like the disc and the Game Boy player together, and it pretty much, it just allowed me to easily get it, and it was a pretty good price at the time. I mean, this was quite a few years back, but it's kind of like it's one of those things that just works out really well. I found like my Game Boy player disc case didn't have like the cover for it, right? Which is kind of annoying, right? But then I went to the game exchange, when it happens in Barry Game Exchange, and what happens is I guess, as you're looking, sometimes people just have random miscellaneous stuff, right? And it happened that they had, without the disc or the case, they just the cover for it.
That's
the cover
weird.
for the Game Boy player disc. And I was like,
That's so
wait, this is
weird.
it.
Like,
So I got it, and then I got the case perfectly with the. I mean, I don't have the manual, unfortunately, but I mean, I have. It looks pretty close,
That's interesting how they were just selling the case for the disc. Wait, just
Like,
the
it
case
was,
for the disc.
No, it was literally like the paper thing outside of it.
That's interesting.
It's not even the case. Like the thing is, I had the case and the disc. I just didn't have the paper cover. It's like like those.
Oh.
It's like those like how some DVDs back in the day had like a cover on top,
Yeah.
where it's like it's not like the actual. It's not like the GameCube. It's not like the actual like thing that cover on the case. It's like outside of it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not like I don't think they do it anymore, but I know for DVDs they had like those wraparound covers. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So
I remember.
So I found the wraparound case at the game exchange, and I bought it with a bunch of other things. And the thing is, it was like kind of flattened, right? Because it's like a box, right? But without like the ends. So I was like, oh, I think this is what I was looking for, and I found it and I put it together. So that's how I got that. It's a pretty cool story, I think, of how just you can piece things together if you're lucky,
Yeah.
That's like going to these game swamps and these types of things. Always really good, because sometimes you might find the one thing that you're looking for that you probably will never find at certain events and certain stores. Although retro game stores, to me, I really like going there because you can find really obscure games that you're looking for, or like just one game. Because the problem is, when I look on online marketplaces and stuff, like Facebook Marketplace and stuff, what happens is you just find the most generic stuff. Like people are saying oh, this is a Super Mario Land, Tetris on the Game Boy, or the basic stuff that you see everywhere, right? Sometimes you'll see a super rare thing, but usually most of the time it's not the case.
Yeah, also, I'm curious, with your game collection, how many physical games do you have so far?
I honestly have no idea.
I actually
Probably not enough to count. I really don't know.
I counted today because I just got back to my house from because I'm starting spring break, but
Okay.
but I actually went through my collection and counted, and I almost have 200 games. Just about 200. For GameCube...
It's kind of funny. Like, I have 200 plus Game Boy games. Yeah.
Yeah, the most that I have in terms of games for a console is the Switch. I have 50 physical Switch games.
Wow.
Yeah, because I get most new games physically, so I've been kind of accumulating a collection over the past 6 years. And now, today, it's actually March 3rd, because it's past 12 a.m. It's actually the 6th anniversary of the Switch, so that's pretty cool. But,
oh, yeah, today is March 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I was just thinking of March 3rd because I have a test to do today or tomorrow. Well, yeah, today technically. Yeah, so I guess I was just thinking about that, and I had no idea that. Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, but and then I have I'm currently building up my GameCube collection right now. My plan is to have like all of the reasonably priced first-party Nintendo games I mean within like the next few years. I'm not really trying to do it quickly. Just like sometime in the next few years I want to do it. Even though it's expensive, I've been able to get some of them for a decent price.
Yeah.
Because
I guess like what I did last year is I did a lot of trading. We ended up buying some Virtual Boy games, and we were like, okay, we're gonna trade these for some GameCube games, which worked out. But the thing is, these people that we were talking about GameCube games to sell, right? They were very cautious about buying Virtual Boy games. And the main reason is because they're not super popular. Even if they're maybe a bit more rare, there just isn't such a big market for them, unfortunately.
What's spring break? My spring break is right around Easter. Well, a lot of the time for college, it's in early March.
Like, this is my reading. This is my break. Now, currently my break. On the, on Monday I'll go back to the. Actually, not on Monday. On Tuesday I'll go in class. And then then my classes will start up again next week. But like, right now is my break week, and I'm guessing it's yours too, right?
Yeah, technically starting tomorrow, but I didn't really have any classes tomorrow.
Okay. So it's next week that you're having the break.
Week. Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah, for me it's this week currently. So.
But yeah, for college it's usually a lot earlier than like other like like, because usually, like, when I was in high school and then elementary school and middle school, it was like around Easter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising, like, the Virtual Boy stuff isn't exactly very expensive. Well, I mean, like, the two games are expensive, and I guess 3D Tetris as well. But really, the thing is, as I remember trying to sell them, like, because, the thing is, we put them online, right, to sell them. I even had I had a sealed Virtual Boy game as well. It was the baseball game, the sealed one, right? The thing is, I didn't really want it because it was in terrible condition, and also just like it wasn't expensive either, and I could just sell it, just get something else. So yeah, like I basically ended up selling that stuff that I didn't really want for some GameCube games, and I ended up getting all the Mario Party games and Pikmin 2. So it worked out pretty well, but it just showed that, like, yeah, Virtual Boy stuff and a lot of these really obscure consoles and games, they might be like a little expensive, but like they just don't sell them, and they're not really willing to pay a lot for them because they'll just sit there for such a long time.
Yeah, this is slightly unrelated, but I was thinking about selling or trading in my copy of Pokemon Violet because I just like that game was so disappointing, and honestly, like, I know I usually never sell or trade in my games, but I feel like I'll make an exception with Pokemon Violet because I'd rather get a game that I actually want, rather than that game. But I think because I might use it towards like a GameCube game. Or like something like that. I also have a bunch of shovelware Wii games that I got a few years ago. Like, I got, like, someone gave me their collection of Wii games, and it's disc only, so I need to find. There's some games that I do like Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and a few others like Resident Evil 4 and different things like that. But there's also a lot of shovelware, and I wanted to trade that in along with Pokemon Violet towards like a GameCube game or some other games.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, to me, a lot of those Wii shovelware stuff, I just don't have them in my room. I just have somewhere else. So I just keep them somewhere else because why not? A lot of those games I got for birthdays and Christmas and stuff. So I just have there, you know, but I have the good stuff down here. So, but yeah, like there's just sometimes like to me the one games I don't really like to collect or I don't really like sealed games.
Yeah, I like.
To me, like, what's the point?
Well,
you know, you
also-
can't do anything with
Or
it.
also anything before the GameCube, complete in box. Like with everything past the GameCube, I want to get a box for that because I don't really like having the disc only, or even for DS. I mean, like since it has the plastic case and everything, I think it's better to just get the
Yeah, what's the
case for
point
it.
of getting? Yeah, what's the point of getting like a DS game
Yeah.
just like on its own? Like,
Yeah, the only times I'll do that if it's for like a really like interesting game that I don't have, like Chibi Robo Park Patrol. I'm glad that I got, even though I have the cartridge only. I wanted to get that because I really haven't seen that game anywhere else. For those games, I usually get like cartridge only, or I'm fine getting cartridge only. But if it's like New Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario 64 DS, I want to get the full version of that. Also, with Game Boy Advance games, I'm like perfectly fine getting just the cartridge for those because I like the complete in box is like ridiculously expensive for like consoles that had like a cardboard box for their games and everything, because most people threw those away. Everything since
Yeah.
the GameCube, with the plastic cases, most people kept those, kind of like how most people keep DVD cases. So,
some people like they actually get rid of the Switch cases, and I'm just like I don't understand
that's
why.
weird.
Like, I don't
like-
understand that like at
it's
all.
it's like getting rid of the. I mean, I know some people get rid of DVD cases, but that's still kind of weird. It's just like
it's like it's kind of part of it. Like it's part of
yeah.
the experience of having it.
Like,
Like,
why do you want to have just a single Switch cartridge?
and also
It's
like
just,
the Switch case as well is so thin. And it has like I don't know. I found like I can understand with like a DVD case or something, but like I don't know. It is a bit odd. Like the thing is I don't keep my Switch games in the cases. I have them all in a separate case thing that I put them all in because it's just convenient and I can take it with me. But like, yeah, I don't understand. Some people do that and it just really, I just don't get it. But obviously for box games and stuff, it is unfortunate not a lot of them exist. You know, one box game I have is actually for a SpongeBob game. I have a SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman for Game Boy Advance complete.
You
Um,
know, and I actually recently
Yeah.
got a Japanese, like a Japanese, Game Boy game that,
Which one?
Kirby Block Ball, and I got like a complete,
cool.
yeah, complete in box, version of it, and it was only like $24.
yeah,
I think.
Japanese games are very, very cheap, except for the Pokemon Mini that I really would like to get, but it's extremely expensive,
Yeah.
and
And you know
I
the-
don't know.
Yeah, the thing is with Kirby Block Ball, like that game doesn't really require knowing any Japanese because they didn't really
No.
like have any like text in that game. Like, and there's even English text in that game too in the Japanese version. Because sometimes Japanese games have like some English words in like the
Yeah, some of them
HUD,
do.
Yeah, but it works in a regular Game Boy as well, or Game Boy.
Yeah,
Advance
they're all
SP,
region
'cause-
free.
Yeah, because they're region free, so it's great.
Even the
like,
DS is region
like,
free.
yeah,
They're-
like-
it's really cool.
I feel like getting Japanese games that don't really require knowing any Japanese, like Kirby Block Ball, or like a lot of puzzle games and different things like that. Even like platformers as well, like some of the Kirby games or Mario. I think those are actually kind of worth getting the Japanese copy if you want to get it like complete in box and everything. Because usually there's a lot of oh wow, I did not see that there, that one secret area. But
Yeah.
I like how everything is kind of hidden in this game. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Jack Attack Gaming says, I sold Sonic Forces back in 2018. That was a good move. Yeah, I can understand that. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably not the
I literally
best game.
I literally only had one retro game sealed, and even then I opened it. That's Pac-Man Collection on GBA. I actually have a loose copy of Pac-Man Collection on GBA. I mean, all of my Game Boy related games are
Yeah,
loose,
like
but,
to be honest, with that steel
except-
stuff, like
yeah,
it is kind of such a weird thing, because like
with everything other than Kirby Block Ball, everything is loose in my Game Boy collection.
yeah, 'cause
Honestly,
I got rid of the. See, I had that sealed game, and then I was thinking like, oh, like, you know, but the thing is, I don't like the sealed game market anyway, and it's like someone that actually like wants to collect sealed stuff or whatever, they can have it instead. I don't really want it, you know.
yeah.
It's like, to me, it just be kind of like that's the thing too. I already had a box copy of the game anyways, so it's like why would I need a sealed copy of that game and then a box copy? You know, it's not like I'm like with box stuff, or sealed stuff, they're like value, but like a lot of them don't even have that much value. It's like really the Mario games or like the rare stuff that does, right? And even those, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like I remember I got like GoldenEye, and I opened that, like not the N64 one. It was like the Wii version that I got sealed, and then I opened it, and I was like, I don't know. Sometimes you kind of feel weird though, like should you have opened it or not?
Yeah, you know, another thing, recently on Reddit, on the game collection subreddit, I found, like, someone posted, a copy of Smash 64 that was $6,000 sealed. Like, it's ridiculous.
6,000 sealed.
$6,000. That's kind of hard to fathom, like them selling, like, a game like that for that much. I mean, I know that sealed games are expensive, but $6,000, you could buy, like, yeah,
Yeah, I should put some saran wrap on some of my boxed games and be like, hey guys, I've got the sealed edition, really great.
I wouldn't be surprised.
actually...
I wouldn't be surprised if DK Oldies does something like that.
Oh, actually, that's a really good idea. You know what? That's actually such a funny video idea. Be like, hey guys, all my sealed games here. Just put some saran wrap on all of them. Be like, yeah, guys, they're really high quality.
That sounds like something DK Oldies would do.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
It's
Joey
we're selling
DK
boxed games at sealed games at a discount.
Hey, I'm Joey from DK Oldies, and today we're gonna seal some games to sell for quadruple the price online. So let's see here. We got Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. Let's see. Let's put some saran wrap around this, and let's sell it on DK Oldies for $1,000. And since this order got picked to be shipped, I'm gonna throw in a free roll of tape.
Yay! That sounds extremely exciting. The roll of tape, you know, the tape that will be used to seal it. Like, that's that's what you get. You know, that's a freebie. You know.
Also, I'm gonna pause the game for a little bit. Remember that one AI thing that I showed you with Dimitri?
I think. What was it again?
It was like Uber.ai.
Oh, is it like the audio thing?
Yeah, with his voice.
Oh yeah.
Here's one that I made that's based on that one 80s pill PSA, the word not candy.
Hey, what are we doing at the bottle? This is dangerous.
Let's see.
A little kid might come along and think we were cunning, and that would
playing
be
it on
awful.
the stream.
Because we're medicine. Humanities. No. You? This is serious, serious. We can make you hilarious, hilarious. You shouldn't have healthy fear of us, or fear of us. Too much of us is dangerous. No. You doctors
It's
tell
actually
the
pretty
pharmacy,
good at some
pharmacy,
points.
tax the pills that you will need,
It's, like,
you will
really
need, and he
good.
knows the harm that we can be if we're not taken carefully. We're not candy, believe us, even though we look so fun and dandy. When you're sick, we come in handy, but we're not candy. Oh no!
I like how it pronounces candy. It's like candy.
Yeah.
I mean, that
it
sounds
doesn't
like
have enough to work with, does it?
It kind of sounds like, that kind of sounds like something Demeech would say, because sometimes Demeech does impressions sometimes. Like, it sounds like he's something like, it's like candy. Like, that sounds like something he would say. Like, do you know how he says stuff like that sometimes? That legitimately sounds like something Demeech could say. Like,
Wait, so, like, did you feed in, like, a single video to this thing?
what?
So, like, to the AI thing, or did you, like, feed it a video?
No, I actually didn't. I actually just put straight text in here. You could put a video. I actually tried to do it with SpongeBob.
I meant to get. Oh, Demeech's voice is already there, right?
Oh yeah, it's already there. Yeah.
Can you like add more clips to it to make it sound better, to improve the voice quality?
You can add reference audio, but Demeech actually isn't on the sample for retro audio. I don't know why they didn't include him on there. I thought that was weird, but also for those of you watching who are just tuning in, I'm taking a little break from Wario Land and I'm testing out the AI thing. I'm gonna put the thing in
But yeah, it's
I'm gonna
the
see if I
AI
can do
stuff
it
is
with
getting really
SpongeBob.
good.
I want to see if I can do this with SpongeBob. The We're Not Candy song.
Wait, so what AI is this?
Uberduck.ai.
You tried the one. What's it called? There's like the 11 Labs, right? That's the popular one.
Yeah.
That's why it's like the President's Gaming.
Yeah.
Those are very legendary videos. Have you seen the
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them playing like Minecraft and stuff?
Yeah. Doesn't that one require like a subscription? I'm not sure, but
Yeah, you have to pay like $5 or something.
yeah, this one is free. That's why I'm kind of using it here. But it's actually fairly good, even if you use like reference audio on here. I'm gonna try the C here. Yeah, I'm gonna try this out with SpongeBob. The We're Not Candy song here. You know, the one part in that the AI voice clip that I made with Demeech, like when it said, even though we look even though we look so fine and dandy, that sounds like something Demeech would say, like as a quote, like in
maybe
it doesn't streams.
It probably just doesn't have enough stuff to work with, so it just adds those. They're just funny.
Yeah. But it actually kind of does sound like something that would be like Demeech would say as a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna test this out with SpongeBob.
All right.
I'm just testing this out here. Okay, hopefully this actually works, because I was having trouble trying to do this another time.
Jack Attack said, hey guys, Joey from DK Oldies here. Looks like
it says,
Winston
"Sorry,
placed an order.
sorry."
He got 2 great games, Sneaking the Burger King game and Virtual Boy Golf. And since the order was filmed, I'm throwing in my firstborn child. Great. That sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, actually it's not working. It said like request failed on there when I tried to load it. That was kind of weird. I do have another SpongeBob one. I have one with SpongeBob doing the voice critical meme. Like the woo, yeah, baby. I have that with SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on here.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what it's all about.
It actually kind of does sound like it.
It does.
Yeah, baby.
It's kind of crazy how good those
That's what it's
AIs
all
have
about.
been getting. Like, have you heard some of the... There's been some recent ones. There is the, I think it was, like, some really good, like, there's, like, some music AI. And then I heard, There's a really good like AI for doing for like images. I tried it called like Playground AI. Really impressive stuff too. Like we're really getting a lot of cool experiments and AI stuff, and it
Yeah.
really feels like the beginning of this type of technology. And ChatGPT as well has been just so helpful for me.
Yeah,
For
but,
so many things that I've been working on, it's just been such a
yeah.
great tool.
Anyways, I kind of wanted to end the stream, so yeah.
All right.
Virtual Boy Wario Land is pretty fun so far. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server if you want to. Stay perky.